Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, and today we are going to be taking a look at Command Gundam. So as for the Command Gundam, we do have 8 parts in total. So part are going to be EXQ, so we do have 2 mainly EXQ and then 2 shop-based EXQ, and all the rest of them are going to be parts with part traits. So let's just take a look at the unit first, and then we'll hop over and see how is it up to alteration. So this is what we are looking at as for the Command Gundam. So this is pretty much like the how you say, like the prerequisite for like the Command Quantum that was featured in the Gundam Battle Log and stuff. So yeah, not bad overall. Just a very short one. I think the new version of the the Command Gundam actually is a little bit more scaled differently. Maybe with like a longer legs, maybe even like a longer arm per se. But let's take a look at the alteration. Some part are definitely pretty good as for the EXQ. But this time what I'm gonna do, since we do have the Hashmal multi-mission boss, so I'm just gonna actually hop into that specific event and gonna see if we can actually one shot it with those two EXQs. So I'm gonna probably split it up into doing a melee build and then a shot based build, just to see what we can expect from those EXQs. So as for the Command Gundam, so let's see what the head part has for us here. So stat wise is obviously not gonna be fairly impressive, obviously, kind of like a given right there. And portrait is honestly not good either. Like what what are these? Like granted, this one did came out fairly long ago, so I mean like I wouldn't expect them to be anything that is near what we want for today, for example. But as for the word type, we have Gundam type and then long range right there. So that's pretty generic for kind of this one. I don't know. This one is more or less like maybe like a dual type build. If all the other word type kind of lines, yeah, this one does have Gundam type and that long range once again. No, this one is obviously going to be a range type unit, no doubt about that. This one we do have the EXQ DSD tackle. So this one is a B plus for both actually. So that's pretty good. This one actually does lower your enemies' gunpla melee attacks by 19% as well. So that's pretty good. As for the first time use, it's only 2 seconds. So you don't really need, let's say, any initial charge boosted, because this one, once you do start the match, you can pretty much instantly use it already. So that's actually pretty good. Moving over to the arm section. So how are we doing? What kind of side are those? Oof, that's kind of sad. So Gundam type and then for computer once again. And as for the portrait, okay, it's not that terrible. I can definitely use that. The secondary portrait definitely could be usable if you're talking about, you want to fight more than 2 enemy, then or more than 1 enemy. So this one is going to be Proctor and then just instantly reduce your cooldown by 50% once. So that's actually pretty good. And the likes of, let's say, taking out 1 enemy, it's not going to be usable because there's only 1 enemy, and after you kill that 1 enemy, the match ends. So this one could have its own usage, obviously, in events where just more than 1 enemy. So it's not bad if you guys do need that, per se. Moving over to the leg part here. What do we have here? So this one, when you are using a long shooter job lessons, enemy melee power reduced by 25%, huh? So that's decent enough, I would say, right? I think that's pretty good. It's just that for, I guess, for like a reduction type build, I think the best route is actually build it revolving around, let's say, deep energy job lessons, so you can kind of get benefit with a little bit more HP and then just be able to just guard like all the time. So, but not that is bad. I think this one is definitely pretty usable. But as for a secondary portrait, not really. Probably only going to be 1 out of 33% of the time you can activate that, because this one is only when you're fighting type neutral. So it's not that as bad. It's just the usability is just a very situational thing that probably you might want to go for something that's not ties into like a natural attribute per se, but overall it's still pretty good. First part, this one could be just very situational, but other than that, word wise, we do have Gundam type and then high firepower right there. So moving to the back part now, we have the SD missile launcher, so D pierce and B plus power. So this one is going to be, what is the first time use? It's only 6 seconds, so it's not that bad. Okay, we'll definitely take that. I wonder if this one is enough to, let's say, one-shot Hashmal. I don't know. I don't think so. I hope it could, but I'm actually gonna be tossing in maybe a buffer just in case we can't do it. I do doubt it. I don't know, but I'll definitely throw in a buffer just in case. Moving over to the command knife, we do have an EX skill in this one. So this one is gonna be the same thing. D pierce and B plus power with a 6 seconds for the first time usage. This one does also lower your enemies a complete shot attack down by 19%, so that's pretty good. Just more debuff right there. Sidewise, not commander. I was about to say command attack, but no. I'm gonna type, and then for computer there. So stat of this one is awful. Yeah, only 4,800 for melee attack. Oof, that's not enough. That is a 100% not enough. But moving over to the ranged weaponry, we do have the grenade launcher with is it laser machine gun? Okay, this one we do have a dual weight pierce, so this one is going to be A plus pierce and then B minus power. Okay, pretty nice. This one does some gun type and then high power. The stat of this one is actually pretty respectable. 8,500 and then with a 1,900 for the melee defense, so it's decent enough in my honest opinion. Granted, this one is kind of old. So last one at least, we do have the heavy autocannon. Okay, funny naming right there. This one first portrait is honestly just trash. And secondary portrait, definitely a good redemption. Only for your shooting power boosted by 30%. But this one you do have to be using physical attacks. So yeah, this one's gonna be another really situational things that we were talking about. But overall, it's not bad, right? If you do need it, do go for it. If you don't, definitely just format one copy and call it a day, because forming out these multi-mission coins are a pain. With the multi-mission bug, but other than that, pretty solid. But now let's take into the Hashmal multi-mission box and see if you can potentially one-shot it with just these two EX skill. I'll actually be throwing in a buffer just because I don't feel like they could do it, because they're all pretty much looking at a B plus power only. So yeah, let me actually try out the melee attack or the melee EX skill first, and then we'll transition over into the ranged EX skills. Alright, so we are in. As for the buffer, I am bringing in the Extreme Shield, because this one does actually grant me a good buffer there. So let me activate that real quick. I will actually... Ooh, took some attack right there. I'll actually use this one first. Oh my gosh. What kind of damage is that? I'm gonna run it back once again. This time around, we're not using any buffer. That SD tackle actually almost one-shotted. No kidding. What is that? That's too crazy. I'm gonna run it back once again. So we don't even need buffering. Is that what I'm seeing here? We might not even need it, because like we nearly one-shot it. So we took down the leg part, or the arms. I don't know what you want to call it, but we took down the arms, and then we were nearly down to like the last bit of it. So if this everyone's low, all right. So oh my gosh, like yeah, got this recorded. I don't know why it's still buggy. Like why? Oh man, I wish they can just kind of fix this. Like what is going on? Like why? Let me know how. Like does this ever bug you guys that you click? I don't know. I think at one point I tried playing multi-mission and then this bugs out for like 5 minutes straight. Like no kidding. For like 5 minutes long, I could not get into a single match, and that was so frustrating. Yeah, so this time around we are not gonna be using buffer. Simply going to dodge those whispers and then we take some damage. So without the buffer, we were not that successful. So the buff definitely helped out, because I do have portrait that kind of relies on that, like the buff. What's it? The buff EX XL. So that one really helps, but it's not bad. You just need one buffer and you're pretty much on your way to one-shotting it. So I definitely caught it very successful. So you guys can see that the first round we were dashing out a lot of damage. I can even do it once again, I think. Let me see. So we did get some health back, and I'm just gonna wait until it comes down. Oh yeah, it's still very solid damage. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So yeah, not bad overall. So let's try things out with the shot based EX skill for this unit. Alright, so we are in this time around with the shot variant. So we're gonna be doing the same thing, gonna be activating the extreme tension and then dodging. Oh, we dodged very nice. Oh my gosh, we are doing a lot of damage. 3 million per hits? Are you kidding me? Granted, I do have, like I said again, those puppy skill effects, so that's why we were able to dash out a little bit more damage. But that's pretty good. I mean, like, if you want to go fully melee, you can just bring in one more buffer, and you can literally one-shot the boss. So that is actually good. But yeah, do let me know how you guys feel about those EXQ. I think, in my honest opinion, they're pretty powerful. Granted, my build may be a little bit busted in a sense, and as for my case, I did actually bring in a buffer, so I did in a sense kind of cheat a little bit, but not really because I do have like an EX skill slot open, so why not bring in a buffer? So, but with that being said, that's gonna be pretty much it, and then I'll be catching you all on the next one.